Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 117th video on the video series in Misconceptions in Physics. My name is Ratankar Rao. I teach physics in an international school in Bangalore. And my passion is to do videos related to this. And misconceptions is nothing but usage of a context, usage of a concept at two different contexts leads to mistakes and problems. And my work is only to resolve or to let you know, like, why do these mistakes arise? And that's what we do here. So towards it, we are working on recently. I had just classified these problems into several parts. The first type of problems which most of the students do a mistake is in mechanics. I'm just looking at it. One is known as the comparison problems, wherein a given concept, two different conditions are being given, and you try to compare these two same concept at two different conditions, and you make a mistake there by not correctly identifying the variables. Now, today onwards, we will be looking at one more set of problems, which is on logical reasoning. Okay, so wherein there's nothing more to calculate. Maybe you can calculate and get it across, but there are some errors which are due to logical reasoning errors. Let us look at that also. Okay, the first question here, which we will be looking today, is something like this. There's a math given here. Usually these problems arise mostly in your JEE mains and advanced questions. So you can have a look at it. Maybe in other branches also they might ask you, and you have to answer it very carefully. So this was asked in JEE-advanced paper in 2007, paper 2. A particle moves in the XY plane under the influence of a force such that its linear momentum is given by P of t is equal to so much. Okay, so P of t is given. What is P of t? Momentum. Where A and K are constants. The angle between the force and the momentum is. What is the angle between the force and the momentum? Now, the misconception here is that, now the student, what does he do? The student response is that he says, since force is directly proportional to rate of change in momentum, which law is this? Newton's second law, right? NLM2. NLM2, Newton's law of motion, second law of Newton's law of motion. What does it tell you? It tells you F is equal to delta P divided by delta T. So therefore, what the student considered was that since it's been given like this, I can put initial momentum to be 0 and final momentum is being given, or instantaneous momentum is being given. Since force is proportional to change in momentum, so whatever is the direction of this, okay, the same should be the direction of this also. This is what is the logical reasoning error. He has made a mistake. Now, this is a misconception because you can always say force is proportional to momentum. Say, he says force is proportional to momentum, but it is not so. It is directly proportional to change in momentum or change in time. This being a scalar, it doesn't happen anything, doesn't change anything here. But this being a vector, you have to be very careful. Okay, the direction of A minus B, the direction of the vector A minus B is not or may not be the same as vector A or vector B. Okay, this is a very important thing we should know. Okay, usually the students do get confused, saying that, okay, A plus B or A minus B, it's in the same direction, I can take it up. Okay, which is incorrect. So this is one thing which comes over here. Now let us try to solve the correct solution for this. So therefore, now we have F equal to delta P by delta T, which means if you put it in terms of limits, so I can now write this as a differential form, which is nothing but dP by dt. dP by dt, which means I'm going to differentiate this to get an answer. So dP by dt will now be equal to A into I into differential of cos kt is K cos kt minus J cap into differential of this is cos is nothing but, I'm sorry, Ik into this is minus sine kt, minus Ik sine kt. And here it should be minus Jk into cos kt. Okay, so we got the value for the F. Now what is the next thing which we need to do? We need to find out the angle between the force and the momentum. Momentum vector is here, force vector is here. Now the angle between the force and momentum is related by F dot P. Okay, F dot P. Now if I find F dot P, now what do I get here? Okay, so I get the answer as, what is the value of F here? So now I will be getting this Fp into cos theta, where theta is the angle between F and P. Now let us do this. Now F dot P, what is this? Now let us look at this. What is P? Let me write down P also. Vector P is equal to A into I cos kt minus J sin kt. This is what it is. Now towards it. Now this F and P are nothing but the magnitudes, which we need to determine. We'll determine it sometime later. Doesn't matter. Okay, now F dot P. Now you see, I will write here also you have A, here also you have A. So this should now be A square. And then you have K here, then K sin kt here, here you have K cos kt. Because I dot I can be multiplied, right? So this should be K sin kt cos kt, and then you have I and I dot I is equal to 1, but you have a negative here, so maybe I'll put this as minus. Then once again, minus into minus becomes plus. Okay, maybe if you ask me why didn't I multiply these two, minus I into J, see it is nothing but you have A minus B, and here you have C minus D, for example. Okay, these are two different terms. I'm going to write these two. It is something like AI minus BJ, and here it is Ci minus dj. Okay, so when I do this one, now what do you get here? I get this answer. And similarly, if I multiply I dot j, this I dot j, first term of this one with the second term of this one. Now what is I dot j? I vector is like this, j vector is like this. Angle between them is 90. So I dot j would be ij cos 90. Cos 90 should be 0. So therefore, I'm not doing this once again. Okay. So if I do it, I get the net answer to be 0. So I'm not doing it. Similarly, j dot I. What is j dot I? J vector is nothing but y vector. I vector is the x vector. J dot I should once again become 0. So I'm not doing this also. Okay. This value will also go to 0. This value will also go to 0. This value will also go to 0. You know, JEE-advanced. For 1 mark question, you only have 1 minute and you need to solve it soon, right? There should be some shortcuts. You should not do it slowly. Okay, and this, now once again, A into minus JK. So now this I will do it. Okay, so because you know, J dot J is equal to 1 here. So now your minus into minus becomes plus, plus. Now A into A becomes A square, A square. Then you have K cos kt, and here you have sin kt. K cos kt sin kt. Okay, so this is nothing but F dot P, which should now be equal to magnitude of F, magnitude of P into cos theta. Okay, now what is this? Minus A square K sin kt cos kt plus A square K sin kt cos kt. These two goes away. So net answer here is 0. So when you say Fp cos theta equal to 0, Fp cos theta equal to 0, which means that cos theta is equal to 0. When can this happen? When theta equal to 90 degrees. Right? So theta is not equal to 0. Theta should be equal to 90 degrees. Okay. I hope you understood this problem. So, thus you observe. So, this is not true in every case. Okay. It will vary depending upon the function. Do not consider that delta P should always be perpendicular to F. Need not be. Okay. Sometimes it can be perpendicular. Sometimes it need not be perpendicular. So, therefore, the one thing is, when you look at a problem, don't just blindly consider the answer, but instead look at it appropriately. If there is a math behind it, work out the math. Okay, do not just assume something and say, okay, logically I reasoned it and thought maybe this could be correct. This may be incorrect also. Okay, thank you friends for watching. I have not put across these videos into my website because there's some technical problem. Maybe shortly I will just be putting out all those. So comparison problems, I already done 8 problems. Yesterday I was not able to do. I was not available. I had some work, was quite busy. And so I have done with this. I think you might get some more problems. I have not looked into it, classified appropriately. So then we will see the rest of the chapters. Currently, I have not worked on any other chapter apart from mechanics, because mechanics is one of the chapters which most of the students make a mistake. Mechanics is one chapter where things are very easy. Okay, though it is very easy, you have a lot number of formulae and still, okay, people make lots of mistakes. Okay, so my focus is totally on mechanics currently. Another 1 month, I think I'll be focusing only on mechanics. Once this has been done, all sorts of mistakes have been looked into it, and later on I'll be working on the rest of the units. Okay, fine. Thank you friends for watching this video. If you like this, do share, comment and subscribe to my channel. It gives me a lot of appreciation If you like my videos, thank you for watching this. Thank you.